single mothers. So let's talk about that. But now for newbies, I would like to show, first of all, some short video about myself that you guys who just joined our channel, who probably don't know what we are doing here, why we are here, what's the main purpose. So I would like to represent a little bit myself, okay?
Ukrainian women, it's like 5 in 1. It's perfect mothers, perfect wives, perfect cookers, perfect lovers, perfect housekeepers, and perfect friends. Every man is a hunter, and every woman is a target. So every hunter wants to get his target. And every target at the end of the day would like to be chased and caught. Believe me, you will be happy with her. This lady, when she gets you, trust me, she will keep you with both hands and never let you go. Believe me, guys, the lady who is really interested in you and who really likes you never will ask you for money, for gifts or for presents from the early beginning of your relations. Why women look for foreign husband? Because women tired of laziness and non-responsibility of our men.
If we're talking about spontaneous sex on the first date, it also can be great for sure if both of you feel the magic and chemistry, but only from physiological side. Regarding psychology, guys, in majority of cases, chemistry is one of the smallest reasons why she may want you just on the first date. So remember, date is always for Ukrainian women is kind of exhibition. She will look at you, she will listen at you, smell you even, and evaluate you to make a general conclusion about your future destiny. So guys, first of all of us at ukrainedating.tv would like to thank all our loyal followers because you guys know that without your help, our launch last year wouldn't have been so successful. So thanks one more time very, very much to everybody who was involved in this process, who helped, who donated, and who actually gave us a chance to keep living and sharing information with you guys. Also, we would like to share our growth goal for 2023, which is to hit 4,000 subscribers. So now, to meet our goal, your continued support is the key. So we ask you guys to spread our love by sharing our channel and our videos in social networks, among your friends, colleagues, whoever you think can be interested to get information about Ukraine and our beautiful Ukrainian ladies, right? And we've got one more exciting news in this new 2023. So we know that mostly you prefer watching our live streams here on YouTube, but some of you just don't have this possibility and prefer to read or to listen while you drive instead, or maybe busy at work or whatever. So now, guys, you can hear and see our amazing Ukrainian live streamers, our ladies, in your favorite format. So video, podcast, or articles. So the choice is all yours at ukrainedating.ca. And for those who would like to talk to me on cam, live, face-to-face, you need to do 2 simple steps, guys. First of all, you need to be get verified, absolutely, and your face should be clearly seen, and you need to write down fully your full name. In this case, the lady which is live streaming will feel safe, just to prevent her for some unexpected, unpleasant surprises. Okay, so guys, let's start our live stream. For those who would like to donate or whatever, you will find the link below this video, just in the description. So feel free to ask me any type of questions. And before I will share with you my ideas regarding the topic, so you guys please prepare your questions, because I guess this topic must be quite interesting for you, because I know that a lot of foreign guys dating or don't mind dating with Ukrainian single mothers. So let's see. So what's the difference actually between Ukrainian and American single mothers? So first of all, I would like to mention that the information what I found, that USA is considered to be the country number one, guys, for the biggest amount of single mothers. 22% of all moms in America, there are single mothers. That's numbers just quite big, I should say. So I honestly don't want to talk too much about American women. That wouldn't be fair, because I don't live there and I can't get my personal ideas about why so many ladies prefer to be single mothers, or not prefer but just happen to be, and what actually are the typical American single moms. I guess you American guys can know this much better than me, honestly, because my vision, my opinion can be, not objective and more templated, just info taken from some resources. But I prefer usually to talk to you about what I'm confident, what I'm sure, and what I really think. So, but anyway, due to the complaints of my American men friends, I have people all over the world, my friends, my familiar guys. So, some guys from America who shared with me or who complained about their attempts to date with single American mothers. So, I have made some conclusions anyway, right? So many ladies, as they said, just decide that they don't need men in their life, or at least they don't want long-term responsible relationships. Some are just lazy to work and see the child as a mean to live on a social payments. So they say American single mothers can just sit all day long in front of TV, drinking beer and smoking while the child is at the daycare or at school. Of course, I personally believe that's also kind of template, kind of opinion of people whom I know, right? But mostly the high percentage of reviews or opinion, what I've heard, that was like that. So really hard to date with such ladies. But of course, I believe that some of them just victims of men's non-responsibility or unhappy relationship. Not, of course, every American single mother use kids just to get money and to do nothing. But the situation with Ukrainian single moms is a bit different, though tragic as well. So for the last 15 years, guys, the amount of single mothers here in Ukraine grew up in 20 times. Just imagine, 20 times. So this number keeps growing actually year by year. Most cases when women here in Ukraine, I mean, turned into single mothers are these. So number one reason, woman dated with a married man, which is unfortunately very widespread tendency here still. And when comes to pregnancy, man just disappears, as always, I would say. So number two reason, illusions while dating. And again, these illusions lead to the situations when woman announces her pregnancy to the guy, to the boyfriend, man runs away. So this situation, by the way, is much more frequent here in Ukraine. So two different opinions and two different views on a relationship from ladies' angles and from men's angles. So lady usually dreaming about creating the family, seems to her that everything is fine and probably he would be happy, but due to non-responsibility of many, not all, but many men here, they just get afraid, get scared, and just run away. So Number three reason, a lot of divorces after the first year when young family got the child. Immatureness and not being ready for both, by the way, for mom and for dad, for absolutely new and tight schedule and realities make people regret about their decision actually to create a family so fast and to have a baby so fast. So mostly we have very high percentage of divorces just after 1 year of being married, when people get baby, when people cannot do what they want, what they used to. The one is sitting at home constantly, all these sleepless nights, baby caring, and feeling alone, especially if there is no help or a real assistance. The guy coming back home, jealousy to some extent, that the attention which lady gave to him before marriage now is splitting between him and the baby, and of course baby wins in most of the time. So all this causes extra and additional stress. The lack of sex, right? We discussed this with you as well. The situation when the lady is breast milking or have these sleepless nights, of course, nothing but the sex in her mind. So people divorce very frequently, but I think those people were not just ready and probably like infantile. Still, they didn't understand what actually family means. Unfortunately, suffering kids most of all in these situations. Number four reason, guys, personal decision of a woman who is more frequently is 30 plus, and seems this lady seems not being able to build relationships with the men. So such women just decide to give birth for the kid just for themselves, as we say, to have a kid just for myself, without men. Oh, of course, they need men for a specific reason, right? But after, they actually don't need them. And such women definitely, in majority of cases, of course, must have good job and high budget, maybe even runs her own business. So she doesn't need actually the man to provide her. And this group of women is really difficult to marry with. I mean, even before and even after, when she's already a kind of single mother, because the lady who decide that she doesn't need men in her life, but she really needs child, and she is ready for such step, for such responsible step, so she has some plan in her mind, that's obviously the lady can be really hard to date, can be hard to win. So actually this lady made her decision consciously, right? And she's confident that she really can provide her and the child alone, not only now but in the future. So the social payments and governmental help now to single mothers in Ukraine are really miserable, especially if we compare them with the raise of the prices for house expenses, for products, for diapers, for medication, for some special procedures, for this special kids food. That's fine if you just milk breasting up to 1 year or something, but if not, and ladies have to buy this artificial milk, these mixtures, they are really much, and the price is really high. So I don't know actually how they can provide the child and themselves for the money which they can get from government. So I don't think in some situations that these social payments can attract somebody to that extent, that lady decide to be a single mother. But I guess in America the situation is different, right? So lady can afford not to work, just to stay at home and to take care about kids. In Ukraine the situation is different. That can give you some support, of course, if that happened not intentionally. Of course the lady doesn't have any chance, so she will have what she has, what she can have. But There are as well some group of ladies in Ukraine, which I called like disadvantaged group of women, like socially not stable women. So actually, these kind of ladies will give birth to kids for money, but not to money in the meaning for money like it would be in USA, as I meant, right? But uh, unfortunately, these ladies, Ukrainian ladies, will never become really good mothers because they can be gypsies, and we know the stories. A lot of stories. Almost all gypsy couples, they are not officially register their marriages, and as far as they have lots of kids, mostly like not one or two, definitely, right? Sometimes five, six, seven, so most of them, at least here, I'm talking about our region, right? About our area. So they don't work because I never saw any gypsy people in some establishments or even shops. So this group of people, they can do that. They're not registering their marriage just to get social help, governmental help, and due to this money, they actually can survive. That's understandable, as well as drug or alcohol addicted girls or women. So these ladies, yeah, they can give birth absolutely like non-stop, non-controlled, from different men, so no problem for them. And they use those money, of course, not for taking care of child, not providing the child, but just to get some alcohol or some drugs or whatever. So but sooner or later, special services which we have here find such type of ladies, take the children from them to the orphanage, deprive them of parental rights, and of course all the payments. But guys, I guess none of you can have a chance even to meet such ladies anywhere here. So I don't think that these ladies can be in some matchmaking agencies or at some platforms, or you can meet such type of person even on the street, or even if you meet, you won't come and get acquainted, right? So actually, this group of ladies not interesting for you, I guess. So social system in Ukraine pushes sometimes some couples not to register the marriage officially in order mom can get payments for child as a single mother. For example, the husband has low budget or low paid job, and they understand if the lady will be staying at home with the child for 1, 2, 3 years, as we used to do here. So actually, it will be very hard to survive, and this young couple probably need extra additional income. So where to get this income? So people decide sometimes even to divorce, or sometimes not to register the marriage, to be able to get this help from government, these payments, at least for some period of time. But special services here were specially organized to find such fake single mothers or fake couples, like who pretend they are not couples, right? Who still lives with a man but not officially married. So such services even can talk to neighbors, can make some raids, so following, investigating, to learn if the lady really lives alone or with the man. And if they find out that yes, so she's lying, the woman will get huge penalty and have to return money she got from government due to her lie and falsificating the data information, actually. So now, before that, was I know that that was very easy to get this payment. Plus, of course, as the lady is single mom and not married and has child, so of course, definitely that she will have low income. So plus, in addition, she can have these payments not only because being single mother, but of a low payment job or low income. So in addition, not bad amount, but of course far from satisfying and enough to provide even two members of the family, like mom and child. So the status of single mother in Ukraine still considered to be shameful, unfortunately. In Europe, I know that people actually don't care about that. But here, people still can gossip about such ladies, spread some information, discussing that, blaming even. And the stereotype that this lady, single mother, is either not attractive to men to stay with for a long time, right? Or she was stupid enough to be tricked by men. So this stereotype unfortunately still exists. So single mothers in Ukraine always will have some social pressure, always. Of course, some ladies will be confident about their decision, especially if the lady has her business or good job position, she earns well. Such type of ladies, they actually won't care because they decide that by themselves, not by coincidence, unhappy coincidence, right? But people always discuss here single mothers, though they never really know even the real story and the actual reasons, right? The person can be even widow, but widow, that's fine. But if the lady was pregnant and everybody knows she's not married, a lot of chats will be around her all the life. And then these stories will be spreading from parents to kids. And very often cases when the child of single mother being bullied in school because kids are very cruel and they try to hurt psychologically, right, or morally, the child telling, where is your father? Your mom is single, or she was not the good woman, or like we used to have this situation still, though it's civilized country, almost European country, but still these prejudices exist here. So there is also a stereotype that Ukrainian single mothers are easy prey, kind of easy target, right? Because they are desperate, try to provide and to do everything alone, don't have too much time for themselves. So they are depressed, mostly tired, right? So obviously can be easily seduced because they all dream to get men in their life finally. But that's only, guys, half true. So all aspects which I mentioned above is true, but don't make our moms weak and unintelligible in their new choice, when they are ready to get any man and to get it in her life. So vice versa, they then will be more choosy, more picky, and even more careful, because the first of all, they need to make their child happy in two main aspects: psychological comfort and financial stability. So definitely Ukrainian single mom will look more towards the groom with a good budget, and of course the one who will manage to create friendly relationship with her child or children if she has few, and will demonstrate love not only to women but to her child too. That's very important for every single mom here in Ukraine. We are not talking about some crazy who made kind of exchange and leave their kids with grannies and move to their new boyfriend or husband abroad, just explaining the situation that the new husband is not happy to have not his own child, and probably let me set my private life first and then I will take you with me. Such situations unfortunately also quite frequently happen here, which I cannot understand, but anyway exist. So always remember about that, about demonstrating and trying to set up the friendly relationship with kids, because that is very important. And let's face the truth, guys, it's really hard to love child who isn't your own, though I know everybody who is adequate and good and wise man, they will tell me that if you love the woman, you will definitely love the child. But I know a lot of situations, a lot of stories when the child begin to behave not appropriately, can be rude, can be jealousy, can make the life harder. So it's really difficult, really, to love. But actually, you need to know you don't have to love, you have to be friends. The child should trust you and find and see the support in you. That's normally enough. That's normally enough for successful together being, together life with a single mother. Because to love, how we can make the man to love not his own child if the real fathers, genetically native fathers, not always love and not always support and not always help. So sometimes really the child can be the reason why mom won't make a decision in your favor. And you need to be very attentive about that. Kids can be, even still love the father, original father, right? So for you, it can become a real challenge to win his attitude, to win his attention, and to win his trust. So if you decide, guys, to start dating with a single mom here in Ukraine, your main attention should be really paid, first of all, to kids. Because for every good mom, the happiness of child always will be priority. So at the same time, don't be kind of don't pretend don't be fake in your attempts, because kids can feel that not true feelings, right? Even sometimes subconsciously, even you if you pretend to be nice, bring in a lot of presents, but by some body language, but some eyesight, by some words, intentionally or not intentionally, sooner or later, the real feeling of yours towards kids will be understandable, will be obvious. So if you really feel that you can hardly bear the child or his behavior right now at the stage of dating, to my mind, it's better to stop earlier, because later it will be harder for everyone. Don't forget as well the situation that getting into relationships with a single mom, it's a double responsibility, guys, for you, not only psychologically, but financially as well. Count that too. Extra food, clothes, treatment, medications, gadgets, presents, entertainment, education, sport clubs, like additional education, right? Like hobbies. All that will be your duty from now on too, especially if you bring the lady from Ukraine there and you understand that the lady won't be able to work and to provide her and her child for practically few years, for 2-3 years, until she will get all payments, all papers, sorry, all documents and all permissions actually to work. So if you are not ready for that, don't even start or look at single moms, because that's not, guys, your story. Think twice or maybe even more. And remember that taking woman with the child is a huge duty. If something goes wrong between you and the lady when she's there, a lone lady will survive that much easier in a foreign country. Let's say something happened there, right? And the main, but it will be much difficult for her if she's with a child. So remember, because I know in the passion, in the explosions of illusions of love, guys mostly forget about such moments, which I consider to be very serious and can really spoil the future mutual life. And the main advice, guys, for you: try to learn the real story of the reasons of her being single before getting involved seriously too much into relationship. Of course, that doesn't mean that you need to make a Q&A like in police. Be delicate, of course, because such questions can be painful, can hurt, and the lady can be closed and not ready to open you the soul, to give you real and honest answers until she doesn't know you have serious plans for future with her, right? So you need to win her trust. But it's really very important to get these answers. So don't push her, but try to get that. Why? Because if there is still a father in their life, if she's widow, then it's fine. But if still the father, which is originally stands in the birth certificate or probably pays alimony. So remember that to bring child abroad can become a real quest and can cost a bunch of money if the father actually decides to blackmail you and your future wife. So actually the father can try to sell you the permission to allow the child to move abroad. um, I made the last I made the video about single mothers in Ukraine few years ago. Guys who follow our channel for many years, they know and they probably watched and heard that video. I mentioned that the real story of my real friend, and we were classmates, we were friends. So she divorced and she found the man in USA. They were dating for 2 or 3 years, but some reasons actually didn't let them to unite earlier. Of course, probably due to hard divorce and everything. But actually, the father was blackmailing her, and that costed her car. So he asked, if I'm not mistaken, for $10,000, Ukrainian guy. So her ex-husband, $10,000. She had two guys, two boys, and actually she need to sell the car to pay him this amount that he gave the permission to move kids abroad. So this story is real, and I know thousands of such situations when desperate lady tried to get this permission by any means, and sometimes Ukrainian guys, not only Ukrainian, I guess, typical situation all over the world, but really can ask for some money, for big money. And ladies sometimes try to get fake permission. Before, I know, many years ago, that was even quite possible, not for all money of the world, so quite reasonable amount that was possible. Right now, no, that's checked thoroughly, all the database. And if such paper, like fake papers, the guy, if he will know, he can start investigation and police and all these stories. I guess you don't need that. So guys, necessary to mention that some guys really thinks that single mom, especially Ukrainian single moms, right, can be so much broken that will be happy to marry just to get married. So actually he doesn't care how you look, what's your age, just to get men. But that's not true, especially now. Mom and child or children already has the family, they has the family, they have this family unit, right? And they have already their life schedule, their own life set. So, and that's you who just going to join this family, not them. So remember also about that and think about that too, guys. So for those guys who probably already in relationships or dating or plan to date, with some thinking about dating with some single Ukrainian moms in Ukraine, I prepared some numbers, and I guess maybe will be interesting for you. Not only to understand and to realize the amount to help her monthly, because I know that some of you help your ladies while they are here, and sometimes you're confused with prices, with actually her income resources, and you don't know how much to send, that it's enough and not too much. So also just for some information for your understanding, and I think these numbers probably will be interesting for you. So if single mother, no matter what's the reason, she's widow or when she was pregnant and when she gave birth, the father is not standing. So the father, we called it unknown father. Actually, she knows the father, right? But she doesn't put any specific name while registering the kid in this birth certificate. So there is just like dash, right? Or even like there is standing some father, but they never got married, he never helped. So that's also single mothers. So such women can get monthly payment. And for kids under 6 years old, the payment monthly will be around $57. Starting from 6 up to 18 years, the amount per month $71. And for students as well, for kids, but who are studying at universities, from 18 up to 23 years old, the amount will be $67. So because still you need to provide even student, right? We don't have this practice when students work too much. They can get some payments at university if their marks on this specific level, certain level, right? But still, of course, you need that money. So up to 23 years old, the lady can get such amount. If you think about situation that she is really single mother, so this amount is nothing. And of course, if the child is under 3 years old and if the lady doesn't have any job or very low paid job, like some ordinary position like shop assistant or some nurse in hospital or teacher in kindergarten, something like that. So of course you understand that the lady cannot survive with this money. Absolutely. But in situation when it's a fake single mother, so she actually has the father or the man or the guy or the boyfriend and they live together but not officially register the marriage, of course as an additional income can be really not bad, right? So she can earn something probably if the child is more than 3 years older. So plus this money, in general, not so bad. If the father is known and officially exists but doesn't want to pay alimony, then there is an additional social help to mom. Minimum can be 1,000 hryvnias, guys. That's around actually less than $30, kind of $25 right now. Yeah, we have dollar like 40, so $25 per month in addition. And plus, if the lady has a child who is under 3 years old, we have this period. So monthly, in addition, every mom in Ukraine, absolutely every, no matter she's single or not single mom, they are getting 860 hryvnias monthly at the specific day, which is around $21. I don't know what can do mom for $21. When I had my second baby, the diapers costed like around 250 hryvnias something. So for month, you need definitely much more than one package. So you need really to do economy. And of course, the small baby needs toys, clothes, because growing fast, right? Some kids have some special needs like massage, some medication, or some this artificial milk, right? If the mom doesn't have milk, all that costs huge money. So I don't know how can help this $21 monthly. And see, my younger daughter is 7 years old. So this amount, 860 hryvnias, were then, and that wasn't enough. It was a good help. Anyway, it's better, something better than nothing, right? You understand? But actually, you can't do anything with that. And after 7 years, the amount is still the same. So the prices and the dollars like 10 times higher right now than at that period of time. So that's strange, but we have what we have. So, guys, actually, that was the main information I wanted to share with you today. Maybe Who will be interested in other video, you can find that on our YouTube, like single mothers, much more probably paid attention how to deal with kids and everything. And I guess you can get from my answering your questions, that will be also very informative for you, for those who are interested actually in this topic, guys. So I'm ready, guys, to answer your questions. Hello once again. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I see a lot of comments. What's wrong with this lamp? Sorry, guys. No. So I don't know why it's so dark. So, guys, let's see what you have here. Let's see what you have here, guys. Привет, what? Hello, Global Bloodstock. Hi, Vita, how are you? How is it in Sumy today? In Sumy, that's perfect today. The weather is really cool, very motivating and encouraging, at least for me. You know, guys, how much I like the spring. We had like +7 today, really sunny, and I really felt the smell of the spring. You know, I had a desire to stay outside, you know, just to be lazy and to enjoy. You know, no snow, nothing, no rain, just sun and +7. That was so nice. But then I checked the weather forecast for the spring. Spring is planned to be full of surprises. Will be cold, will be late. So due to the fact that winter is warm and mild, really, I saw the weather forecast till the end of February. It's really mild, really good. Thanks God, because due to lack of electricity for so many hours, that will help our people to survive and not to freeze. But at the same time, I see the spring will be late and cold, humid, rainy, gloomy. But you see, the schedule of live stream changed, because, you know, I had to stream for you today at 8 p.m. Ukrainian time, which I believe 1 p.m. Eastern time. So the schedule was changed today in my favor. So the schedule is better. So we are happy. A little bit electricity, temperature above 0, and we are happy. So I think that's great. Tracy, hello, good morning. Jacob, hello. Tracy. Okay, I suppose I haven't been out this week, been sick. Global Bloodstock and Tracy both sick, guys. Tracy. In the US, women have been incentivized by the government to be single mothers. So actually motivated, right? If I'm not mistaken, to be single mothers. So most are not looking for any kind of long-term relationship. Yeah, that's actually what I mentioned here, and what actually guys told me. Like they feel they can do everything by themselves. They don't want any man in the house, and that's fine for them, just to live their own life, not being too much busy, getting some payment, actually to enjoy their life. Yannick, hello, thanks for joining. Hello. Dimas Fikri, hello, thanks for joining. What? Привет. Jacob, correct me how to pronounce correctly. Do these rules of having to get permission from the father still apply with the war going on? Not so much in Ukraine, at least to cross the Ukrainian border by land, by buses. Desirably to have, because you never know what shift of border controllers you can get. Some can be really, sticky, and they can ask, they can demand. So the ladies whom I bring abroad, mostly they all have this permission, just in case, in the pocket. But due to their reports, because I ask them, I have some lady who has to go soon, but she doesn't have permission from the husband because she doesn't know where he is. Actually, they don't communicate, nothing, and she is really afraid. So I talk to the ladies, and they say never been asked, never been asked. But guys, don't forget that from Europe, girls should come to, probably by airplane, to USA or to Great Britain or to Denmark. And I think the authorities there, they can ask for such documents. And if there is no such, the lady can be turned back. Actually, that's very risky. That's very risky. Of course, when the ladies can show some documents that the father is at the war zone, definitely he cannot provide such. What is with this lamp? Goodness, why it's so dark? So that's not a problem. But if a single mother, you never know. You can plan everything, you can organize everything, all the trip, and just such detail can really turn into disaster, into catastrophe. So for me, it's always better to be prepared fully for 100%, just in order not to get any unpleasant surprises, because I know such destiny can happen. You plan everything, you think, when you really don't need and don't care, nobody will ask for that permission. But if you really need, and the lady will be nervous, probably, and the border controllers also, they are very good physiognomists. I always tell to my passengers, don't make a panicking face, try to calm down. Especially Polish border controllers, they are checking faces very thoroughly. They used to read all your emotions. And I know stories when two sisters, twins, they were sitting in different baths following each other with the same documents. The first sister passed absolutely successfully. The border controller looked at her. She was okay, sitting relaxed because she was confident, and that's fine. She passed. And another sister, her twin, in another bus, she was stopped for 5 hours because they don't believe, border controllers, that her documents are original, not fake. And until they checked everything, they didn't let her go. And that's not the rare case, guys. Very often that happens. So you never know when it will be asked. So if there is a chance to get it somehow, it's better to be prepared fully, to have guarantee, because if not, and all your plans will be crushed just because of such documents, that can be an issue. And don't forget, the one situation when she is a widow, another situation when the guy absolutely lost, like nobody knows where he is, and she has probably the specific document claiming that, right? She can take that from police or from court, that the father is in unknown location, so there is no chance to get in touch with him. As well, remember, when the father doesn't pay alimony for more than 6 months, lady can go to court. Of course, that will take time. But anyway, the court can give permission to bring the child abroad, but for a very short period of time, for a specific period of time. So the lady should mention where she goes, which country, which dates, what time period. So in order something, the father can find them, actually. But if the lady will be moving for always, actually, to get married with you there, to stay, to live with you there, that can cause the problem, because if one day the father decide to contact the son or the daughter and he won't find them, I know such cases too, and even I got such requests from some crazy fathers who never paid and almost never contacted ladies, and ladies moved child abroad even during the war. And the father tried to get links how the lady get abroad, and then even post on Facebook photos in personal information, her passport, and telling all over the world that this is my ex-wife and she stole the child from me. I already make the application, right, the special request at police, so she doesn't let me contact the child. I want to find them. So who knows them, who saw them, who knows in which country they are, please let me know confidentially, or I would pay even something. These stories, guys, absolutely real. Don't think, especially like, as I said, Ukrainian men, they are very jealousy. And there is more chance the guy who is paying alimony and who is contacting the child and who is normally wise, adequate person, who really wish probably the best future for the child, even victimizing, sacrificing, he is being a part with a child, this father will more frequently give the permission than those whom I call jerks, who doesn't pay alimony, who never help mom, who never contact child, never show up. And when they know the lady can build a better life abroad with a better man, oh my God, you cannot imagine how tricky they can be and how blackmailing they can do. So be careful very with this situation. That's why I'm telling you, try to get as much info. Why she was divorced, or where is the father, if she's contacting, what the relationship, something like that, and ask if that will be a problem to move child abroad. Because when you're in relationship for 1 year or maybe even 2 years and everything is fine, and when it comes to moving there, here can be a really big obstacle, sometimes huge obstacle. So be careful about that. But normally for people who are moving right now, ladies, mostly they are not asked for permission. But you understand, all this lady registered at the border control, which country they go, Syria, passport numbers, birth certificate of the child. So if the lady will be able to move child without father's permission with the somewhere existing father, so police can easily find her later. So be careful with that, really. Mm-hmm. What missed the first 30 or so minutes, will have to rewatch at a later time. Will be punished. What? I was looking for you, but I didn't see my assistant. I thought I was abandoned. I know probably that was a confusion, guys, due to the electricity schedule, because the schedule for these weekends were absolutely different. So, but thanks God, in the morning they changed the schedule and I saw I can stream like specifically at 4, and after I can't, because after I won't have electricity. So this time spending with you as always. Так, what 2 degrees here today. Also here was much warmer than you have. Even was snowing a bit this morning, and had a bit of snow yesterday evening. Oh, we had a really rainy hurricane yesterday, such a strong wind and a lot of rain, really. My dogs didn't want to go out. But today the weather is perfect. Gregory, hello. Thanks for joining. What? Vita, no idea how different it is in America compared to the Netherlands, but single mothers have a lot of benefits. A lot of benefits compared to couples. More support from daddy government, for example. Our ladies, I can't say that our ladies have any benefits. Any benefits. So these amounts which I mentioned, I honestly cannot find those payments really attractive and really being providing the kids with such an amount. So probably she will get totally maybe $100. Okay, let's see, 150. Okay. If the child is invalid or handicapped, or she will get $50 more, but that's nothing. That's nothing. And what they about job, about vacation they can have, I guess, 10 or 17 days longer vacation than usually, and probably some discounts for home expenses, but trust me, not critical. I mean ordinary standard ordinary standard single mother in Ukraine cannot live well. Well financially, unless she has her business, as I mentioned, right? Or she has a like really high position and well paid job. That also can be, right? That also can be. So, but in general, no matter of what payments she will get, that still won't be enough for normal, yeah, for surviving, yes, probably, but for normal life, for comfortable life, that the lady cannot count the coins and decide to pay for dance classes or for electricity this month. So balancing between these small amounts, definitely not like in Europe, definitely. So what? Men are forced to hand over a part of their paycheck if they refuse to pay the full amount of alimony through court, etc. Yeah, in theory, yes, in theory, but in practice, I know millions of fathers doesn't pay, even that if it was the decision of the court. So the father can be not working, so how he can pay? Or he can work at a very low paid job, something like cargo loading in some supermarket. So some amount they can take, but some, at least he may work and not being officially registered at that work. So in this way he is not paying taxes, and of course in this way he is not paying. I know the stories when some guys who reject to pay, what they do. So they don't pay 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Finally the lady, fed up, she can go to court to claim, to write down the application, to start the case. And just before this situation, because the guy will get notification, he can buy some bicycle and bring to the child and to show the check. If he didn't pay for 6 months, but made a present at least one time, something like not ice cream, right, but something more or less, so that considered that he is paying, and court cannot make him pay because like he's doing what he can. But that's a very specific system, and of course every story, every case is absolutely individual. But some men I know, and I have some girlfriends who has such ex-husbands who are not paying, and when she is going to court, he just buy some present, bring her, or pass via grandmother or grandfather, and that's it. And then she cannot go to the court, or she cannot claim for money. So that happens too. By the way, since last year, before was no problem. Since last year, if the guy is registered in a special service establishment that he doesn't pay alimony, he cannot go abroad. I had also some people who tried to move abroad. Some of them had not paid penalty for breaking rules at the road. So he got fee but didn't pay. No matter if it's even if that's penalty just $20, until he won't pay, and not only pay, normally he could pay even specifically at the border. There are special place so he can go and pay, kind of bank department. But if he's already in the system registered as a non-paid penalty person, so until the service will clean his up out of database, he won't pass the border. So even he can show the check, the bill that he paid, receipt, but if they checked him in the database and he is there, he will not go until this service clean him up from database. So the same is with alimony, by the way, right now. So in Russia or the old Soviet Union is Yakov, but in USA it's Jacob. Okay, so what is better for you, Yakov or Jacob? What is more comfortable for you? Sorry. Hello, Monaco. Hello. How can I get to Ukraine? Please help me. What you mean to get to Ukraine? You want just to travel? Then you can get any transportation up to Warsaw. And from Warsaw, you can get to any part of Ukraine by buses. So whatever. If you're looking for lady in Ukraine, that's a different story. And you can find the link under this video. You can get your coaching call, which is free. And then you can get all advice, tips, points of view, instructions, how to start the process. And if you feel comfortable, then you're welcome. If you want just to travel, you need just, that's nothing complicated. You just need to get to Warsaw or to Prague. Buses and private drivers driving from there every day. Doesn't matter where you want, actually. So that's not difficult. You can watch, I don't know in which country you are, but you can Google even buses to Ukraine. Even from Germany, from Berlin, you can get to Kiev very cheap, these big buses, kind of 100 euro something. So not a problem, absolutely. Of course, if you want to get to Lugansk or Donetsk, that's another story, different way. Where Lithuania, Belarus. So, but if all the rest, non-occupied territory, then that's not a problem, absolutely. Tracy, same here in the US. Besides the government assistance for single mothers, but the courts favor women and essentially make fathers and men that accept another's children wage slaves. Yes, the very high percentage can be given, must be given, right? From by father to mom. That's also not fair. But I guess this court system is busy enough and they don't want to really to look through the story, to get into details, because sometimes really the father, of course, can be really guilty and should be punished, but sometimes girls too. And that's not fair. That's not fair, because I know all over the world the ladies can manipulate the men, where the system is on the side of women mostly. I know such system works very well in Japan. In Japan, really, men can be afraid to get divorced, because almost That was many years ago, but I don't think something changed to the favor of men. Around 90% of income the guy should give to ex-wife, and by the way, no, even not having the chance to meet child, to contact child. Very often situation. I know guys who has photos on their phone when their child was around 2 years old, and they look at this photo from time to time, but already the child is 8 years old or 10 years old, and they don't have any photos, even because mom doesn't even show how the child, not even talking about face to face personal meeting, but even not sharing the photos. So I know that before, few years ago, the system in Japan was absolutely cruel towards men, absolutely. So ladies could manipulate, really. Yannick, +1 in Denmark. Ooh, so I am probably today the winner about the warmest weather. Jacob, we have a famous comedian in Missouri who is originally from Ukraine named Yakov Smirnov. Okay, so I'm familiar with both versions of my name. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, sometimes people call me Vika instead of Vita. Vika. And that irritates me greatly. That irritates me greatly. I fight with this since I was child, because even teachers confuses my name all the time and call me Vika. So that's like makes me, like explode, because just one letter difference. But I say that's like Oля and Natasha for me, because even the meaning of the names different. Victoria is the victory, right? And Vita is life, like Ars longa vita brevis. So for me, that's principle. So that's why I ask. Maybe you don't like to be called Yakov, and you will think, what a stupid lady. She cannot remember that I'm Jacob, or vice versa. Mhm. What, Vita? The company they work for will get a court order to withhold, okay, a certain amount from his salary and send it to another bank account. Men who don't work get social security. Okay, so that's like in your country there is an order in this system. There is an order, not chaos, right? In this country, in our country, not oftenly lady can get alimony, really. 2 by 2, and will have the amount withheld from their social security. Okay, they can't get out of this situation. Mhm. So what if the guy will decide to marry again and will have kids in another family? So still the amount will be big or will be reduced? Until what age? As you see in Ukraine, up to 23, up to 23 years old. What? Read that a single mother receives over 2,500 euro while having a part-time job, and she does not have to pay taxes over the money she gets for her child. So for her, it pays off to be a single mother. Quite good, quite good. Yeah, why not? Even having a boyfriend, right? Or maybe not registering the marriage. So any special services which trying to check if that's true or not, if somebody's still living with her or not. Gregory, quote here, don't play when it comes to child support. That's good. That's good. That's good. But also should be mentioned, that depends how lady will be using this money, right? It depends, because not all ladies fair, right? Not all ladies honest, and not all ladies will spend really all those money on child. So that's also important to control how they use. So maybe the child has a special medication therapy on constant base, or attend some additional classes, or need some special, anything additional, and food, because sometimes moms can use those money for their own needs instead of giving that for needs of child. Deciding how to use those money. What about that? Jacob, if is there a way to find a lawyer and judge that will accept a payoff to get the documents for the lady to come over to Europe or USA, Canada? I believe somehow yes, still, because corruption in Ukraine still alive and will be. That depends, of course. I guess that depends on how much money you're gonna pay. But these people should understand that they risk, because that will be actually, that's not difficult to make this permission, but it will be just fake signature of the guy. And if the guy finally will find out and tell that I didn't sign anything, so that will be like a real issue for lawyer. I believe that's possible still. But can be expensive. I guess. Tom. Hello, Vita and gentlemen. Hello, Tom. Thanks. Jacob, you can call me Yakov. Okay. Good. What? We don't have that here. If you're not the biological father, then you have to prove this, and they will remove your name from the certificate and won't have to pay alimony. Good. In our country, lady can put any name, even out of mind, like something, Jackson, Johnson, whatever. So it's her right. Of course, she cannot request for alimony from out of mind name, right? But if there is a specific person, then yes. Renee, hello. Thanks for joining. Courts do favor women. Some single women have children with multiple partners. Absolutely. That actually I heard about American single mothers. Child support can be in the thousands. So the main difference, right? Financial story. So first of all, the lady can be feminist or can be against men in her life, right? But decide to have child, or due to some health problems couldn't make abortion and decide to give birth to the child, and actually to feel financially secure, not to do anything special for that, right? In Ukraine, as you understand, you cannot become neither rich nor even well paid if you are single mother, just to survive. So that's probably the main difference. And if the lady here decide by her own that she doesn't want to get married, she doesn't trust men, she doesn't want men in her life, they all bad, blah blah blah, but she wants to be a mother by any means. So in this case, the lady will be financially stable. That situation happened with one of my friends many years ago. Actually, she got pregnant from foreign guy during the vacation, unfortunately. And when she felt and realized she is pregnant, that was a real disaster for her. That was a real disaster for her. She didn't want that child, but she was already around 32 years old. She was living in a good, prosperous city of Ukraine. She had her business. She had her absolutely huge apartment, a very good car. She used to live like rich parents. And actually, why not? So she wanted to make abortion, but I convinced her to leave the child. I don't know if I did correctly. I was convincing her for many days, and by a coincidence, I was with her. I came to attend her to that city. So after, by the way, um, we stopped communicating when she gave birth because she decided that was my guilt. I convinced her to leave the baby because her family actually was very famous all over the city, very famous. Parents were on a high position and brother too. So that was kind of shame. That was kind of shame. And parents were old enough, like really Soviet people. So she decided that was my fault. I convinced her to leave the baby and she stopped communicating with me for many, many, many years. But when we met accidentally, uh, after a few years, she realized that probably that was a mistake. But I said to her, you have everything. You are 32. You don't have constant boyfriend. You are not in relationships. And due to the tendency which I had, she is a little bit specific woman, very smart, very educated, a little bit specific appearance, which may be considered not very attractive in Ukraine, due to what we know our Ukrainian guys usually likes, right? So all her relationships before were ending the same, like not happy end, though the lady is absolutely very high uh, intellect. And I really couldn't understand why not. I said, you are 32, what you want to wait for more? Due to the life, how it goes, it seems you won't get married. If you have some relationship, they always ends up tragically, mostly from your side, tragically. You have accommodation, you have your business, you have money, you have car, you have parents, you have brother who can replace father to some extent. So what's the problem? The main answer was, of course, my parents never and my brother will never understand that from whom I got this baby, even not being in relationships. And the guy wasn't ready to marry her, actually. Though the guy, he offered her to give the last name of his in the birth certificate and to pay monthly good money. The guy was foreign. I will not tell from any country. I don't know. Probably whoever will listen, so that the situation is not like spreading, just as an example. So the guy was rich, but he wasn't divorced still officially with his wife there. So the process could take really long time. And actually she didn't want, but she wanted to marry officially and then in 1 year to divorce, just to show on public that she's pregnant, not just pregnant, but has kind of husband. But unfortunately, the guy couldn't to do that technically. He said, if I would be divorced, and he didn't live with his wife for around 10 years or something, but to go to another country, to again start the process, that would cost bunch of money. And again, all this. So he said, I can give my last name to the child. I can pay you. You can come to me whenever you want. You can live with me. You can stay here. But she rejected. I didn't. No, so I understand, but anyway, the story ends up badly. So By the way, she's elder than me right now, and she never got married once again, though she had relationship, unfortunately. So that was good that she had that baby. And after a few years when we met, she said, sorry, it was too egoistic and childish from my side to blame you. Like, she just say, if you can forgive me, then just forgive, and we keep communicating. But the reason were not only parents. She said, I used to live well. I used to live as a rich person. I used to buy Italian shoes or boots for $200. I used to go shopping to Europe. I said, okay. And she said, when I will have baby, I can't afford that. I say, okay, so you will buy shoes for not 200 euros, but for 100 euros. Not 10 pairs, but 5 pairs. So the rest, the balance you can use for child, that will be enough. So you see, some situations also. So this lady didn't need any governmental support at all. At all. She got them, but I guess she even kept them on the card, just maybe to copy them, to collect them when the child will be bigger, because she has her own money. She doesn't need that. But by the way, right now this lady moved to America when the war started. Moved to America. So such situations when Ukrainian women can get single mothers by not being attentive, not being careful, not being mature while you having sex, even with almost unfamiliar person, right? And then the situation can be like this. So very, very common situation here, unfortunately. So guys, we have less than 40 minutes, around 35 minutes. But what if he remarries and starts a family with his new wife, when the amount will be lowered? Okay, man has to pay until the child is 21. Good. Okay, got. He has to go to a lawyer and go to the legal route to get the amount lowered and provide proof. I guess I got you. Here too, the more kids the guy has in future, with even with the new family, the less he should pay to his ex-wife. Yeah. So the amount between kids will be splitting, right, and reduced. The amount will not be lowered if one of the parents starts living together with another person. Yeah. For a man, the amounts he has to pay will stay the same unless the new man becomes stepdad. Right. Yeah. Right. Almost the same here. Ken, hello. Hi, pretty. I love your program. I will really love to have a Ukrainian woman wife. So you're welcome to our community, to our Borscht Society. So what we are doing here, actually, we are talking about Ukrainian ladies. Thanks for your good words. So join us all the time. You have chance and possibility. What? Reserve situation that I've read about. Dutchman was in a relationship with a foreign woman. She got pregnant. She finds him many years later, and he had to pay 5 digits of alimony. Wow. Yeah, that can happen too. That can happen too. And some ladies, why the ladies always put responsibility of being pregnant only to men? Oh my God, the wise woman always will care not to get. I mean, if we talk about accidental sex, right? About not having sexual relationship isn't in a long-term relationship, but like, sometimes it happens, right? Sometimes can be once or twice and that's it. But why in this case a lady can ask for alimony? Sorry, if they were in some relationship for a long time, but still First of all, the wise lady should take care about that by her own, not trusting the man. The wise man, of course, will also be attentive about that moment, but normally that's a matter of woman to be secure. So also not fair, right, guys? What for all the years he missed pain or he'd get put in jail? Oh my god. Oh my god, poor guys. Just imagine. Probably they met once or twice and he would pay such an amount. Oh, that's not fair. Absolutely. Charlie, hi, hello. Thanks for joining us. So, guys, we have around 30 minutes until you prepare your questions. I will remind you our ordinary usual announcement. So don't forget to subscribe. Of course, that refers to the guys who just joined our channel. So if you like the information you get here, so don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to hit the bell. Of course, when you hit the bell, in this way, you never will miss our live streams, because our girls live streaming at a random time, random days. But as for other girls, I guess they have specific schedule. As for mine, you see only by notification, by this bell, you can know mostly when I go in live. So if you love our streaming and want to support us in sharing the truth with you here, we'd really appreciate if you would share the love by subscribing and, of course, giving likes. I guess we deserve likes. And if you want our channel to keep living, just wanted to say that we are again super grateful for all of you and all your donations that have made continuing our mission every month possible. So great thanks to everybody who did that and who keep doing that. So to cover expenses, we all need just 40 followers to donate a small Starbucks coffee daily. And remember, our mission at ukrainiandating.tv is to educate you guys, foreign guys, Western men, with the truth about Ukrainian women, to increase your real chances on marrying a Ukrainian woman and create an international, desirably successful marriage and family, right? Not the situation what we discussing today. So our top 3 WIP donors are, as our big thank you to our top 3 donors, we are giving them founding member status, which comes with the special privileges, including one free 75 value Zoom coaching session with Жанна, your beautiful Жанна, guys. So these are Thomas Ramsey, John Zuniga, Jacob Dickerson, thanks guys, and as well guys Juan Vasquez, Antun Nortier, Kerson Hicks, JC Oily, Kevin Irwin, William Anga, Rodney Podesta, Bradford Hazard, Jesse Kelly, and Mark Alexander Soliven. So thank you all guys for every amount, because due to your help, we keep living. So every month we will recognize the largest donor with a shout out, and he will be awarded with the title of his choosing, such as Mr. Hulk, etc. And he will receive $175 value Zoom coaching with our beautiful Жанна. You can donate and support us with match guarantee, spelled with a Y, /donate. The guys, the link you can find below this video. I guess I will show you the link. Who would like to support, no matter what amount you can afford, that's up to you, your desire, your chance, your possibility, your budget, your comfort. So no matter. So who would like to do that later? Under all our videos in the description, you can find that. So guys, I'm coming back to you. That's all about announcements for today. So ready to continue answering your questions. We got with you half an hour, 30 minutes. But what? As I missed the first 30 minutes, I don't know if this has been mentioned, but in terms of mentality between a Ukrainian single mom and a Western single mom, that would you say is the biggest difference? What would you say is the biggest difference between the way they raise their child from what you know? I know that single moms mostly, more frequent, at least whom I know in Ukraine, they're very careful mothers, of course. They try to do their best for their kids. But there are some psychological issues. These ladies mostly too much chained, artificially chained, I would say, with their children. They rely on them. And they put their love, which could be actually theoretically shared between the child and the man. So they invest all their feelings and emotions, all their time and efforts just in the child, and that plays not the best role in this game, later for the child, because normally single moms has some psychological issues, because they either forget about themselves, devoting all their lives and 24/7 absolutely only for kids. And of course, that influence greatly the perception, exception of the child's, perception of the world. So the mom, of course, expect after something from the child, and we can hear really often these phrases like, I gave all my life to you, I invested all my time, all my sleepless nights, all my money, my 2 or 3 jobs, everything was done specially for you, and you don't appreciate that the way you have to or you should to, and now you abandon your mom. That's a very, very complicated process of separation of single moms and children in the future. Very difficult, especially if it's about son. Moms always can control, always will interfere into his private life, will be very choosy and picky and sticky, to her new daughter-in-law. So anyway, you should understand, if the lady decided that she doesn't need men and she wants only child in her life, that also tells a lot about her character and the mindset, right? So she's either too much feminist or simply cannot build really normal relationship with a man. I don't believe in fairy tales and in all these legends when the lady says there are no good men here. I cannot find a good man here. All of them are jerks. All of them are cheating. All of them are drinking. All of them not working. All of them not taking care of child. That's the choice of lady, actually. The men whom they choose. And I believe, even if we talk about Ukraine, there are still lots of good Ukrainian men who can be really careful husbands, loving fathers, dads, can be really intelligent people. And that's the matter of choice. What type of man lady choose all the time, and how ends up all her stories. If that's just one situation in her life, let's say, theoretically, the lady had 5 serious relationships, long-term relationships, and all of them were unhappy. You will tell me the men were guilty. No, I believe the woman is guilty, because she cannot, either she makes the wrong choice constantly, making the same mistakes, she cannot change anything in her mind, she cannot get any lessons from her disappointing ex relationships, right? So, and she cannot change herself. If you constantly have the same problem, that means something wrong is with you, first of all, right? So the world around you cannot be bad all the time, and only you is ideal. So the lady should think about herself. So either she cannot build and she push away all the men by her, we don't know what, being greedy, not sexual, not paying attention to men which he deserves or which he should have normally in normal relationship, right? Or she's too egoistic, or she's cheating, or she's just choosing really some asshole. Sorry. So what's the problem? The lady, I think, who keep telling that all the men are bad, and she never get married when she is 40 and she looks okay. Let's say okay. We don't even tell she looks nice and beautiful. Oh my God, my cat scared me. So to my mind, there is something wrong with lady. I don't believe those fairy tales. All my life, I met only idiots. No, that means you're idiot as well. That means you're choosing idiots, and you like to choose idiots. You like to be victims due to your psychological type, right? That's your stereotype in your mindset. So you either should to cut this, to stop this vicious circle, to stop and to think, so something is wrong here. You know, so that's a very interesting question. And of course, single mothers, I'm not telling like they're bad women, no. They're really doing everything for their child, because that's actually the only what they have in their life. And they of course they count on them when they are being aged, and of course that's the nature of the person. Not every mom will be wise enough to understand that we need just to grow up kids and let them go. We need to give them all info, all knowledges, all our experience. We cannot bug them with our ideas. We cannot plan their future life. Not all mothers can do that. So you just need to prepare them for future life, to open the door and to let them go, not expecting something as a feedback. So, and in this way, European mindset and Ukrainian mindset absolutely different. Ukrainian moms will take care and interfere and control their kids up to their death. Absolutely. I know moms, the grandfather of my father, uh, she was bringing food to my 60-year-old father when he was laying and watching football. I'm sorry. That's not normal. That's not normal. So such kind of mothers make our men in future infantile, not being responsible. When I heard from men that, oh, I came back from home and she's like my wife or girlfriend still at work, who will feed me? Who the pee should feed you? You are grown up man. Just open the fridge and cook for yourself, right? Or warm up if there is a ready food. But I know such men. They exist. They will have full fridge of homemade food, and they will wait until the tired lady will come from her work, probably later than him, and he will wait when he will warm up the food and serve the table. What's that? The normal man will feed himself and prepare probably something for the lady if she comes back home later. So I think there are always some psychological issues. Some ladies are successful, some can get married successfully second time and no problem. Every story is individual, but I don't believe in stories which I mentioned. The lady which is 35, 37, 40 looks really nice. We are not talking about girls maybe with more ordinary appearance, not even ordinary, with some disadvantages, okay, maybe have extra weight or something, like what really can push away guys. Let's talk about that, being like polite, that's understandable. But really nice looking woman at the age of 35, 40, never been married, and telling the story that she never met the good guy in her life, that's the story I don't believe in. But up to you guys. But as for me, I don't believe. Ah, so you got my idea, right? So there is always a story with the single moms. Always. It's always harder to win their heart because they will be much more suspicious, much more choosy, much more picky. They will think and turn and look at the child, if the child accepts you or not. If you are harmonically united with their family, and of course she will follow how you react on child, if he irritates you, makes you angry, or you're wise, how you talk to him. That's not even the matter of presence, of course, as well, very important, but how you deal, how you manage to talk. That was the advice for my Russian friend. I told you, by the way, they are planning to marry in April, in March or in April. She already bought the white dress and shoes, and she's getting ready the costume for him. So they start to live after online dating for 2 months. She met him at the airport. They moved to her apartment, and since then they live together. So, of course, my main advice was look how he will behave with kids. Kids always loud, noisy, active. That also influence. The guy is 50 years old. Normally, that can irritate him. So whenever he stay at home, look how he react. He may smile, but in the eyes you will see like he is ready to boil, you know. If he's angry, how he talks to kid, how he explains, how he looks at them. That's very important. If that's fine, but she showed me, she sent me some videos on New Year when they decorated together, the guy decorated together the fir tree, New Year tree, put some presents, and there was some helicopters or something, and he was trying to fix that, sitting on the floor with kids. I saw absolutely ideal New Year family picture, you know, how it actually should be. Kids really like the guy, draw the pictures as a present for him. So everything seems fine. Everything seems fine. But the lady always will take a look how you treat her child. That's first of all very important. ECL3CTIQ. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce your nickname. Sorry. Can you tell me some shortening way or some soft way? In Ukraine, culture and persons are all different, but she is the leader to home, not the husband. They are autonomous and versatile. Not all, not all, not all. Far from that. Far from that. A lot of depressed ladies, a lot of suppressed ladies, far from leaders at home. But if the lady is smart enough, that's not necessarily to be the leader. If the guy is idiot, then definitely somebody should be the leader. Then the lady must take this, you know, the guiding for the family, because the family needs to live and needs to move ahead. If both idiots in the family, then that's understandable. That will be disaster. So if the lady is smarter and cleverer and more efficient than the guy, of course she will be the leader. That's not even only in families. That's in at work, at office, everywhere, you know. But Rene, does a Western man have a better chance with a single Ukrainian mother? Of course, because Ukrainian girls used to think that that Western guys more respectful to women, more caring with kids. spending more time with family, of course, better providers, of course. But the guys, that's also about chemistry. Don't forget, not only money, right? But mostly, I know, as I said, the girl who moved with two sons, who bought the allowance, the permission from father by $10,000, she is very happy. She is very happy with her husband. Kids absolutely happy. They are 3 or 4 years married already. It seems absolutely happy. So of course she can be happy with some Ukrainian guy too. But foreign, we used to think, to have this stereotype that foreign guys more careful fathers and more good husbands, or at least the percentage of them is much higher abroad than here, right? So in this way too, yeah. Yeah, like everywhere, women search stability from a man. Yes, stability, but not only stability. Stability in all spheres, in emotional sphere too, right? Not only in financial. Yeah, Charlie. I feed myself, know how the kitchen works. Cool. Congratulations. Congratulations. I know the guys here who doesn't know how to turn on washing machine. So if the lady goes to some vacation, some trip or business vacation, no matter, after 2 weeks, he doesn't have any clean socks in the house. He has to go and buy new one because he doesn't know how to wash them. That's not okay. Or calling mom, mom, can you come help me with that? Or eating just yogurts or chips when the wife is not here because they are not able. They're not able. But Charlie, my congratulations. You have a very high chance to succeed. Our women adore men who in this way can take care about themselves. I mean, don't need where is my suit, or where is my sock, where are my socks, where is soap, where is toothpaste there, where is milk in this house. So if the man can orient in around, and find the socks by himself, moreover can make some breakfast for himself, and not only for himself but sometimes even for women, oh my god, he has high chances to become a hero. Charlie, even the laundry and vacuum I can handle. Cool. Really nice. Really nice. Really nice. Our ladies will really appreciate you. Really. But Renee, I think it depends on compatibility between the man and the woman. Yes, of course, chemistry. First of all, chemistry. You should be absolutely at an average budget person, right? We are not talking about low paid job, right? But okay, normal. You're not thinking what to buy tomorrow, or if you will have money for food, or to put the fuel in your car, right? About normal standard. So if you got a chemistry, that will be okay, cool, absolutely. And the lady, if you will manage to find a common language with her child, that will be the best option. Chemistry, first of all, of course, chemistry. And then, what's wrong with this lamp, goodness? Sorry, that was my idiotic mistake. I take it out of charge. So that's why it was. Oh my God. So, guys, you need to enjoy me in almost darkness. So, yeah. Off. Let's fall down. So, guys, we have around 10 minutes with you. Charlie, I don't need a maid. That's great. That's great also, because some guys really try to get women as a maid. Really try to get women as a maid because they think if she's single mother, she's so desperate, she's almost broken, and she should be happy if someone want her still, to pay for her and to provide for her child. So that's the big mistake. That's the big, of course, some of ladies can be like that. Some, of course, definitely, because we mentioned different psychological types of ladies, right? Some can be really happy for some attention if they don't have that here. But normally, you get this. Mhm. Ah, eclectic. Okay, eclectic. Okay. Got you. Eclectic. Now I know. Okay. Many good friends. They lead to home, husband, work, but they take care of cooking, children, all. Yeah. Eclectичный. Okay. Eclectic. Okay. Bad echoes among Ukrainian men. Uh, this the younger generation, among younger generation, I can tell much more really good men, more careful and more sensitive, more loving, different psychology, different philosophy of family. But middle age and older guys, they are more Soviet Union people. Don't forget about that. So they used to live by that stereotypes. The man is leader, he comes back home, woman is whatever she is doing, that's not important. She needs to leave everything, to serve the table, to sit, to look at him, to wait until he eats nicely, and only then she can start asking him questions like how was the day. We really had a funny, I need to find that for you guys. We really had a funny book, which is called like instructions for household for lady, which was made in 50s or 60s. I will translate the part for you, and I will tell you next time. That guy is really funny. Like the lady should stay at the exit ready with makeup, with a nice clothes, clean and tidy. Kids as well. Kids shouldn't be noisy, shouldn't be loud, shouldn't run, shouldn't bug the father, because father came from work. That mom came from work too. Nobody cares actually. So the lady should be like, cook, look perfect, be sexual at night, serve the guy, be tolerant, be psychologically wise with him, don't touch him when he doesn't want, don't ask him questions you shouldn't ask. That was the stereotype of Soviet Union family. That's why the moms pass this information to their daughters, and their daughters live these stereotypes right now. So if you guys like date or meet ladies of that age, definitely you will hear the echoes of bad echoes of Ukrainian men. But younger generation, I can tell you, they are more European oriented. They travel more, they see more, they have more widen mindset. They read more, they try to be better. So that's why, of course, not everybody, still, right? But I believe among European guys, a lot of bad fathers and bad husbands as well can be, right? Maybe lower percentage, but still. As for mothers, so not all single mothers in Ukraine can be hardworking, devoted, passionate, loving, caring, and really nice ladies. Not. Some of them will be really, bad woman, I would tell. So then, Lachlan, hello. The perfect man barely exists, absolutely. However, a man that is comfortable with himself and knows his limits and stays busy is a close it can get love. Positive and kindness is what makes a man tolerable. Absolutely, of course. The man should be confident, should have the right mindset. Not actually, we are not looking for ideal men, as for there are no ideal women as well. That's natural and that's understandable. So guys, we have 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes my electricity will go away, so I will stay uh, Planetary Juan. Juan, you changed your nickname too. Oh my God. I thought in you guys. Then I saw Vita the Brain and I saw that's you. Eclectic is eclectic. Yeah, eclectically. I understand. I know the meaning of the word. Yeah, thanks. I just couldn't understand because this three and probably something wrong. I forget something. Добрый день, Vita. Yeah, добрый день, everybody. You remember about Boris Johnson. Mohsin Insi, hello. Thanks for joining. Nice to see you. Tracy, where have all the good men gone is all too common among women in the West. Too many women think that someone better will come along. Yeah, and one more. They will pass up good men that want to be them until they are 40, 45 and realize that the men that they want are either already married or just don't want them. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So two extreme lines, either to get married too early in order to be able to get into train, right? And not to be considered like an old virgin, right? Or postpone that for too long when you really don't, when nobody wants you, or you don't look so nice, or it's of course harder. The older people, the harder to build communication and to start to live together, because everybody has here their own schedule, life schedule, and it's really sometimes really difficult to adjust after the middle age. I mean, after 40, I guess, I believe. Unless that's like a total chemistry and you guys just an ideal halves for each other. That can be great then, but sometimes. So guys, I have to tell you goodbyes. I'm really sorry because I see we still have, but probably I talk too much. I'm sorry. That's my bad side, you know. So I see a lot of questions. Oh my God. Please join me tomorrow. I believe due to new electrical schedule, I will be here 6 p.m., which will be 11 a.m. Eastern. So join my live stream tomorrow. We keep communication, this topic, okay? Tomorrow we have war update. And then I will be ready. I won't talk too much. And we will leave more time for your questions. So please, whose questions I didn't have a chance to answer today, please join tomorrow and remember your questions. I will answer them also. No problem. Off topic, out of topic. That's okay. Okay. I want to tell thanks to everybody who joined me today. I wish you nice Friday, guys. And thanks for everything, for nice atmosphere, for cool questions, right? That makes our live streams really bright and informative. So for those who just joined us first time today, I want to remind, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to give us your likes because that helps us greatly. And I would like to share some short videos that you guys know what our channel is about. See you tomorrow. Kisses to everybody waiting for you tomorrow with your questions, which I didn't have chance to answer today. Okay? Goodbye.
Hello, привет, and welcome to UkraineDating.tv. Our channel is the world's first of its kind, providing free live streaming every single day, 7 days a week with the real, genuine, beautiful Ukrainian ladies. Finally, now you have the opportunity to video chat live 7 days a week with different beautiful Ukrainian girls of all ages and walks of life. You get to ask all your deepest burning questions about all things Ukraine culture, Ukraine women, and Ukraine current events. And if you come to enough of our live streams, you might just discover what makes us mysterious women tick. Guys, I think you understand we're like David fighting Goliath here to bring you the truth once and for all. Our channel's purpose is to debunk the myth and stigma created by the toxic paper letter scam industry. And we hope you agree the best way to accomplish that is by giving you the opportunity to video chat with average Ukrainian girls that represent the real women of Ukraine. And then you be the judge about what's real and what's not. Guys, please know that we're doing this all for you. So do me a favor and subscribe to our new channel and help us help you, your fellow man, and help us bring Goliath to his knees. So guys, can I ask you to share this video with all your friends? Only together we can make a difference, guys.